Shalom. I'm going to give all glory and honor and praise to Yahawashi, Bahashem, Wakah, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim out there, pushing this truth and sincerity. I'm going to start from Sirach 6 and 18. My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. Right, so before you came to this truth, I know before I came to this truth, I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything about break down the scriptures. I didn't know the true name of Yahawashi. I didn't know anything. I was in the world literally. Alright? But for you brothers who are just coming into the truth, and the Most High chose to open your mind, alright, to this truth, understanding of it. Alright? This is a good scripture to help with your foundation. Alright, I'll read it again. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 18. My son, gather instruction from thy youth up. Alright, from your youth up is not only just referencing your youth as in your number of years or your age, but your number of how long you've been in this truth. Okay. So shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. So if you continue to gather instruction, from the moment the Most High opens your eyes to this truth, you continue to gather instructions, then you will find wisdom. All right. Even until the end, until your full age, right? Whether that be number of years, or whether that be, until Yahawashi returns, right? And it's true. Now we jump to Sirach 6. Verse 31. It says, thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor. What is this talking about? It's talking about wisdom, understanding, right? And shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy. Right? So that's how we are to wear wisdom and understanding. Right? Wisdom being the fear of the Most High. Right? And shall put her about thee as a crown of joy. Right? This is Sirach 6 and 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. Alright? So if the Most High opens your mind to this truth, okay, and you want to be taught, alright, you will be taught. Okay? If you want to make a mockery or be proud and all that stuff, you're not going to get this, man. You're not going to grow in this truth. Right? It says, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, right, thou shalt be prudent. Right? So if you apply your mind to this, right, you're going to continue to receive this truth and absorb it and grow from it. Right? Verse 33, if thou love to hear thou shalt receive understanding. All right. So if you listen and you don't become closed-minded in this truth and know it all right, if you love to hear, you will receive understanding. Understanding will come to you. Right? And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Right? So if you take the time to listen and hear a matter before speaking and being a know-it-all, all right, you will be wise. All right. You can't be puffed up in this truth. You can't be a know-it-all, especially being a babe and just coming into this thing. You can't be a know-it-all. You have to take heed and you have to listen. All right. You listen to the elders and the apostles. All right. They're the men who the Spirit has worked with for a while. Right? Those over you in the Spirit. Right? 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. So when you listen to the elders and the apostles out there or on the street, or doing videos, all right, and you hear their videos, you come across their videos, all right, you listen to them, all right, you cleave unto the message that they're giving you, putting out through the Spirit, right, because their labor is not in vain, and neither is yours, right. Verse 35, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. Alright? So if somebody wants to challenge with you this truth, alright, that you receive through the Ruach Kodash, if somebody wants to challenge that, you listen. Be willing to listen to where they're coming from, what they're trying to say. Alright? Now, even though it may be off, or they may say it differently, or they just may be completely off. All right, you hear them out, you listen. All right, and again, this is for you, for all the babes in this truth, which is really all of us. All right, those fresh coming into this truth, and the Most High just open your mind up. Take heed to this. All right. Aki. So it says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. Alright? So all the truth and knowledge that you're getting since coming into this truth, right? Everything that you gained and been taught and that you allowed to receive, right? What do you want to do with that, right? You don't want that to escape from you, all right? Meaning you got to hold fast to what the truth is, even after listening, all right? Don't be carried away with some wayward doctrine, whatever somebody else is preaching out there, or even though somebody gave their opinion or their interpretation of the scriptures and the breakdown, you have to stand fast to what you know to be the truth, right? (36) And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him. Alright? So again, you want to cleave and stay in the presence of a man of understanding. Alright? And it says, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Alright? So if you're walking into somebody's house, a man of understanding, you're walking into his house. Alright? Every step you know, of his house, you should be gaining understanding. Okay. As like every step of his house is a jewel unto you. All right, a priceless gift. Right? Because he's a man of understanding. That'll be gain for you. All right. 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of Most High Yahweh, and meditate continually in His commandments. All right. So when you come in this truth, you want to make sure you meditate continually on the commandments of the Most High Yahweh. Right. Yahawashi. All right. It says, He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. Alright, so the longer you stay in this truth, you want to meditate on the ordinances, alright, of the Most High, and keep His commandments continuously on your mind, as much as possible. And if you're in a position, Agaratazan, always, in the spirit, of course, It says, and He shall establish thine heart. All right. That means He's going to set you your focus more onto Him. All right. And He's going to give you wisdom, as you desire. All right. So after gaining enough wisdom and coming into this truth and keeping the commandments and meditating upon the commandments and meditating upon this truth, you requested the Most High for more wisdom. All right, and He will give it to you, but you have to remain firm to what you have and what you're getting from start to finish in this truth. All right, from beginning to end. I would jump to Ecclesiastes, right, 12 and 9. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Right. So once you get that wisdom, right, you can you'll be able to teach knowledge. You'll be able to teach knowledge unto others. All right. Once that fear of the Most High is in you, that wisdom, that fear. Right, that fervence and perseverance, right, through the spirit. Once it grows and it builds up, and you stay with this truth, man. All right, you'll be able to teach and give people knowledge, because of that fear of the Most High, the fear of Yahawashi. All right, it says, yea, He gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. So when you went out to teach, you were in a position, and you had a foundation in order to when you talk, when you teach, you can set things in order properly. All right, different proverbs unto the people. All right. All right. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words. All right. So you're looking for words that are acceptable. What words are acceptable? This truth. All right. These scriptures. That's acceptable words. All right. And that which was written was upright, even words of truth. All right. So that's saying this. That's saying the same thing also. All right. That which was written, this word was written in the truth. All right. As you Akim out there already know, also, Yahawashi came in the form of this book as the word. He said his word is true. All right. So that also confirms, Ecclesiastes 12:10. All right. We go down to 11. The words of the wise are as goads and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. All right. So it's saying the words of the wise are as goads and nails fastened by the master of assemblies. All right. So that means you're in place. You're solid and you're firm. Okay. You're fastened. All right. And it's true. It says, which are given from one shepherd. Who's the shepherd? Yahawashi. And further, 12, and further by these, my son. Alright, Salaki. I'll go, jump down here to, I'll jump down to 14, alright? Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For thy power, Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So, I want to say that's going to be the conclusion, because from the moment we come into this truth, all right, it's 100% truth. We're growing as newborns, all right, as babes, all right, and one of the things we ought to seek is wisdom, all right, and that wisdom is fear of the Lord, fear of the Most High, Yahawashi. All right, without that you won't make it far in this truth, because fear of the Most High is keeping His commandments, which is pleasing to the Most High. Point blank, period. And if the Most High is not pleased, okay, therefore you don't have wisdom or fear of the Most High. You won't make it in this truth. All right. So hopefully this was edifying for you Akim out there. This cut me also, but the water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi. I'm going to give all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. I've learned this truth and I follow fervently, and much blessings and peace, perseverance and love to Yakim out there who are pushing this word out on the highways and byways, through the videos, through prayer, and being diligent and proactive in this truth. All right, the water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi for you, and may we all continue in this truth that has been revealed to. All right, until next time, I say Shalom.